Welcome to the Brothers Banter podcast. The one, the only. We are the next one to take over the number one slot in podcasting. That's right. I know you've heard some rumors that Joe Rogan has been dethroned. No, that wasn't us. We haven't got there quite yet, but we are getting there. So we are going to be the next one in line. So just to give you a heads up, I want to give just a minute. We're condensing some things. We're going to be changing around some things on the podcast. So we want to make sure everybody's involved. Make sure you comment in the comment section saying, "Hey, I'm here." And of course, your name will be attached to it, I think, unless you're anonymous. So, yeah, we are going to shorten the version. We're going to do some tweaks on some other things as far as the podcast goes. Even pimping out the podcast, right?
Pimp ain't easy.
My goodness. Let me go ahead and get my little coffee. You know how I need to get my stimulant going.
I do see that.
Oh, wow. We got one comment right off the bat. That's you. Did you comment on her?
It says, "Hey, I'm hyper here."
Yeah, okay. So,
say, "Hey, I'm here."
Okay. So, we're going to just
look at Andy.
Andy.
Buddy.
Wow.
Man, a blast from the past.
Andy who?
Andy Q, because nobody can ever say his last name.
I know how to pronounce it.
Say it.
Quattrocino. Is that close? Andy? Quattrocino. Cinco de Mayo.
Quattrocinco.
Quattrocino. Chino Quattro.
Quattro Riochi.
Do what? Is this our one of our number one listeners? We haven't heard from him in a while.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah?
Andy, what's up, buddy?
He's shy. He don't want to talk. About it.
He probably got put on the spot and was like, nope.
Froze. Yeah, he's frozen. Just like the movie Frozen. Yeah.
You think he sings like that?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Does he sing the E version or the R-rated version?
Both versions.
And do you think he's in frozen underwear?
He likes the option.
Yeah, does he?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little too much.
What?
Communication.
I got a little something in my throat.
Yeah, he was. Well, he was one of the first. I feel like he might have been the second, but yes, definitely one of the first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he bought a Mary Kay bowl.
Wow.
Sure did.
We don't get them anymore.
In one of his many, many, many houses across the Southeast.
Well, what can you say? When you got it, you got it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I know of it. If I had his money, I'd burn mine.
Yeah?
Yep.
So, just for this podcast, my name is going to be Alvin. And,
I hope not.
Don't get me started. You know how I get.
No, I hope that you change it back to the regular voice and don't be stupid.
Why's your eye twitching?
You make it twitch.
Don't be like that. Come on now. You know you love me. Let me hear it. Let me hear you say it.
Because he has nothing and he likes it.
Let me hear you say it. Tell me you love me, Daddy.
Are you drinking a iced coffee?
Yes, I am.
Wife couldn't make you a man one?
Yes. Let me hear you say that you love me. That's what I want to hear. I gotta have it. It's
Oh,
like
something, but
it's like the caffeine I need to finish this podcast. I'm gonna need to hear it. Everybody's gonna need to hear this.
no, they're not.
So I
Not
tell
with
you
that
what.
voice.
I'll tell you what. If you say it, I'll stop.
I don't believe you.
Who wants to hear
Don't believe
Donnie
it.
tell me that he loves me? And you have to say it with a twinkle in your eye. What do you think?
Going down a dark path.
Come on, big fella. Come Come on, big fella. Let's hear it.
See, we already lost somebody.
Just say it. Just say it.
We already lost somebody.
So what are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, we had a full room, and then all of a sudden it just went.
Well, if you just say it, we can get on, and I can go.
Oh,
If
you
you
can go now.
if you say
Get
it,
rid of it.
if
No.
you say it, I'll come
No, I
out
will
the
not be-
gate blaring.
You'll come out of the closet.
Huh? No, I will come out the gate blaring this podcast. I'll just poosh. I'll just blow it
I don't
on
even know what
up.
that means.
I'll
I don't even know what that
say
means.
it and you'll know.
Oh.
Donnie,
So anyway, all right.
there we go. That's my boy. Let me hear it.
Ain't happening.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Take over. I'm letting you take
No.
the reins.
No, that's going to be one of the exactly. I agree, babe. It's icky,
It's icky.
and it's not. It's icky to rock around to. It's not that. It's not.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll be the bigger person here. I love you, Donnie.
Okay, that's good.
Now I truly know if you can't say this to me in public, this is where it
I
hurts.
can't say it to you,
It's right here.
and huh?
It's hurt me.
You're making me uncomfortable.
Well, you're hurting my feelings. I don't
Does
want
the
to talk.
brothers manager have an HR?
I don't.
I need to talk to Tammy.
Yeah, everybody listening. That's okay. Okay. If I turn this off, I'm just gonna say.
I love you.
There we go.
Now we can get on to the rest of it. So, with that being said,
oh my!
and I
gosh.
evidently that's my go-to phrase. My wife let me know that when I'm talking. With that being said, unlike somebody else says, at the end of the day, yes. So that's my logo. So with that
Man, but the
being
other
said,
day, boy, it was like the entire place was like.
yeah, I
At
know.
the end of the day,
Yeah, I know. Well, everybody's rubbing off on everybody else. So has anybody watched? I'm sure you've seen Terminator, right? Positive.
Yep.
Now, is that probably one of the first movies that you think that you've seen that has a little bit of AI in it?
So the Terminator was probably in the 90s, right?
So I would think so, right? I don't think we had that stuff before then.
I feel like AI. I feel like the Terminator. What
was the starting of it?
I feel, well, boy, I don't know, man.
Well, I think it was that. Then you went with the what's that one with Will Smith and iRobot? Is that what that is?
That's iRobot, but that's that was like in the 2000s.
Yeah, I get
Terminator
it.
was in 84.
Yeah, I get it. But what I'm trying to say
84.
is, I know it's showing our age. Don't say that out loud. But what I'm saying is that in Terminator, have you ever you and I both have listened to Paul Harvey's thing from back in the 60s and how much he actually predicted a lot of the future? You remember hearing that clip?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's
that could have been AI.
Well, I guess that's true too. But that's just like the Terminator. now predicting, is that what our future is going to go like if we start heading
Skynet.
or continue down this path?
Skynet.
Yeah. That's not real, is it? Skynet. No. You're making me second guess and get scared. Skynet? Because that sounds like something legit that would be nowadays.
I feel like Skynet and Starlink are like.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But I guess that could be. Well, he's coming out with so many different things. Now, on top of that, look at the position he's going to be in. So look at Terminator and look at, I'm hoping that's not the way this ends up, but look at Terminator and look at what they're saying the future is going to be like once the AI, the robots, and all that take over. You think that's a possibility? Because think about it, AI is programmed to. Okay, so you've got what's that one I use? Copilot, and then you got ChatGPT, which you got ChatGPT 3, and then you got ChatGPT 4. GPT 3, if I'm not mistaken, has an IQ of roughly like 130, roughly. I'm just guessing. And then ChatGPT 4 is like 160 to 170 IQ when it responds. I don't know if you knew that.
So like Sheldon.
Yes, basically. So my thing is, because kids are using them for assignments? You know that, and I know that.
They're using. Well, so let me ask you this: is Alexa AI?
Yes, it's a type of AI. Yes.
Yep. So
that's one of the reasons why I cut Alexa off. I've got it in the shed put away, but I no longer have that plugged up. I mean, granted, yes, we got our phone. That's a type of AI. I get it. But
why do you have it put away?
Because, you know as well as I do, like, so we'd have it in the living room and Alexa would answer random. You'd be talking to your wife and it would be randomly listening to you. So how do we know Big Brother's not listening on the whole deal all the time?
So you know that.
And is that being a conspiracy theorist person by saying something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. Sometimes our Alexa in our bedroom, and we'll be out in the living room watching TV, and Alexa will say, "I can't answer that question." And now I'm out in my studio, and of course I get that, and now I'm freaked out because she just said something to me.
Yes. So, okay, and now, in iRobot, that they basically, the backstory to all that is that everybody will have their own robot to basically take care of mundane task around the house, right?
Right.
Okay. So, do you know in 2025, it might be as late as 2026 that Musk is going to be putting out a personalized robot? That's what they're saying.
Well, isn't there already?
There's robots out there, but I'm talking about for consumer use. And it's supposed to do, let's say, hypothetically, the first version it does anywhere from 75 to 100 tasks that you can do around the house, whether it be taking out the garbage, whether it be maybe cooking a meal, whether it be, writing an essay or whatever else. But do you see where I'm going? And not only that, but he's going to make it affordable. So the first version of that is going to be like 25, 30,000. But he's wanting to get it down to 10,000 per robot per household. Would you get one?
No.
Because and then how is that playing? Okay, so now I'm going deep. Here we go. How is that? What's his position that he's going to be doing in the administration?
Department of Doge. Basically, him and Vivek are going to be cutting costs.
Okay.
Government
So
efficiency.
with
Department of
all of
Government
his
efficiency.
knowledge and infinite wealth that he's got, you know good and well, especially if it's AI. And AI is like a continuous learning thing. They get updates just like we get updates on our computers, on our TVs or whatever else that we've got going on. You get that personalized robot, that thing's going to be updating. It's going to be getting smarter. It's going to be taking what you want and detailing itself just for you, which means if you like these certain movies, it's going to hook you up with these certain movies. It's going to be, and they have access to this. They'll say that they don't have access to it, but they're going to have access to it. So, which is going down the rabbit. Oh, so what is this? Could this turn into the latter days? Is what I'm saying.
I mean, it definitely could. So, what is it? Is it Neuralink that he's putting into
Yes.
brains?
Yep.
Could that be the mark of the beast?
I don't think it's the mark of the beast. I do think it's opening up the doorway for that, possibly. But just like, for instance, they even have models out that I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen the videos. They have models out right now to where they are making them look lifelike. And you got these guys that basically are afraid to go out in public or don't leave the house and yada, yada, yada. And you know where I'm going with this. And they are setting them up as far as girlfriends. Now, get this. I just watched a video 2 to 3 days ago. They can make it to where, and it's a quick release off the face. And she is a AI. You buy her, and I forgot how much it was originally. You could switch off the face. So if you wanted Debbie for this tonight to hang out with, you could pull that face off. And he says you can switch faces within like 2 seconds. So you can have you a whole harem of robots. And you know where I'm going with that, because that's going to also, they're already talking about this leading into a whole different porn industry. So AI is a big, huge thing that's really going to take over.
Well, you see, like AI makes these videos where it shows, Barack and Trump talking at Jimmy Carter's funeral, and he's like, congrats on the presidency, Donald. He's like, yeah, the second one, and then I don't know if you've seen that one yet or not.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
they're back and forth, and and all that's AI, but the fact that they can mimic that voice.
Yes. Well, now they got, I don't know if you've seen it here lately, but they have an app now. And this app, of course, like anything else, it wears me out. It's free, and you get all the way in there, answer all these questions, and then it's $6.99 a month. So this app allows you to change your voice to whosever voice. So I could hit it. Other than you seeing my actual phone number, you could swear you're talking to Elon Musk. You could swear you're talking to Donald Trump. It sounds just like it. So now that's getting into the voice changeover. So fraud, I think, is going to open up a even huge door than we've already got right now. I mean, here's a good, for instance, like LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I have all these people, and I told you about this, and it makes me a little bit nervous, but I have people from a certain country that once I accepted 1 or 2, now they're just like, I got 60 or 70 something of them that are lined up wanting me to accept and bring them in. Well, they're saying they're podcast promoters and all this other stuff. Well, once that gets in, for one, how do we know this is somebody behind some kind of computer screen that he could be from that country and has 5, 6, 7, 10, 20, 50 bots with all these different things trying to get money from people all over the world. And that's how they're making their money. I mean, I think that I don't think that people are getting the real grasp on how AI is going to come about. And I think that if you're just now thinking that, it's just now starting off, no. AI has been part of our society for quite a while. And it all started with my main man, Steve Jobs. You know what I'm saying? He started out this whole mess with the Apple, and we all know that Apple's better than Android. So, I mean, but but no, I'm telling you, man, it's going to get even more so, and you know that as well as I do. You see things every single day that's going to basically is chipping away. We're not going to have jobs before longer. Because
you see, you see like videos of Trump and Vivek and Musk dancing, after Trump got elected. You see all this, and now it's AI, but they all look exactly like that person.
Yeah. Yeah, now I've seen some even on there to where it started out when I first started knowing the whole changeover. You can always tell right off the bat, but they'll get better at it, I'm sure. But the AI would have a picture or a video of Elon Musk, and they would move his mouth, and you could tell it wasn't matching the words. And he was saying, if you do this, you click on this, you will be able to earn $5,000 a month or 10,000, whatever. And people actually are dumb enough to believe that.
Oh, I know.
And I mean, think about it. Just like the stuff that we get, you can't tell me AI is not a part of that. That text that you get that says your bank says that you've had a fraudulent charge for $1,000. You need to click this button and contact us. Which all they're going to do is try to talk you into something. And I actually followed up one time with one of those, and I called the bank, and the bank says no, we will never contact you and give you an amount or say anything about your account or anything else. You'll probably be asked to be called the bank, and they have notes just like we do at our work. They have notes of every conversation they have with customers. And they pulled up, they said, sir, we haven't had a note in your thing for years. So I knew that was fraudulent. And I've gotten 2 since then that says, hey, you've just been hacked for $1,300 or whatever. You need to call and contact us so we can stop this fraud and all this. But that's just a part of AI.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, if I get something over the phone, I don't click on anything. If it's a number that's not entered in my phone and it says click here to verify, who you are and all this other stuff, that like the fraud thing.
Now, let me ask you. Let me ask you this: are they going to end up really banning TikTok?
Yeah, the 19th.
If that is for real.
Yeah.
So there's going to be no more TikTok.
No more TikTok.
Really? And is that the only platform like that?
Yeah.
Really?
It's going to be bad for a lot of people. You're going to get an influx of people to Facebook. That's just going to help Facebook and Twitter. Basically.
So is that Trump backed, or? I mean,
he wants to ban TikTok, and unless China gives up the U.S.
Part of it?
version, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So that way it can be more monitored, because, I mean, I'll get on it. Like if I'm looking at a video on Facebook, typically it's going to be a TikTok.
So my question is, how are they going to do that? You know how many millions or billions of people use TikTok? How are they going to? How do they do that? A flick of a button, you just hit this button and it cuts it all off. Or
I feel like that's how that works.
The U.S. doesn't give you that option. Maybe the Apple Store or the Play Store doesn't allow you to download that in the U.S.
Yeah, same. I mean, So all right, let me tell you this. So maybe it's geofencing. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in the United States, you can't download this.
Yeah.
Just like You ever played the lottery?
Yeah, only when it's
Okay, well,
abnormally
hang on.
huge. Yeah.
I get it. I get it. Hang on. So there was a time we were traveling back from Florida. We had a family thing. It was late at night, and it was right before the drawing, but we were still in Florida. In Georgia, you can buy um, a ticket on the app. You can't do that in Florida. All right. So we were probably, I don't know, 5, 6 miles away uh, from from the state border, and hadn't got into Georgia yet. And when they went to try to buy it, and it says you can't. I'm not sure what the actual verbiage was, but they're like, wow, they know where you're at. They
Yeah,
know that you're not in Georgia to buy that ticket.
that kind of makes sense. And I'm going to tell you why that makes sense. And we both know there's an app that me and you have played, Poker Stars. They can tell by you filling that out where you're from because overseas is allowed to gamble online on that site, just not the US. So I guess there's something, the matrix or something of it that actually, I guess, will tell you where you downloaded the app from. That makes sense. Um, wow. So yeah, I didn't know
Yeah.
that they were actually doing away with it this month. I didn't know that.
Right. So the geofencing, there's a the there's a company that uh, here, or in Jacksonville, that you're allowed to clock in on your phone. All right, but you can't clock in on your phone unless you're within so many feet of the store.
Huh.
And it knows, and that's what's called geofencing.
Huh. Wow.
So yeah, how about that?
That is
So
crazy.
I feel like that's part of AI. Why would it care where I'm at?
Yeah. So, bringing this all to a close, if you're interested in little subjects like this, please make sure that you like and subscribe and follow and put in the comments other maybe topics that you might want to hear about that we can put out there for you. We're making this short and hopefully more interesting for the viewers and listeners out there. And with that being said, hang on. Let me get back to my other area. With that being said, my name is Brian.
Ms. Donnie.
And we're out. Peace.